Yo guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Oliver, and today I have another video about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and most importantly my trade on XRP, what I'll be doing with where I'll be opening my trade on XRP, and I'll also be talking about Cardano and a small bit of Litecoin at the end. If you like my videos, please like and subscribe, and other than that, we'll get straight into the video. Right, I want to quickly talk about Bitcoin. We talked about some scenarios that could potentially happen yesterday. However, I found this one last scenario that I think is probably the most likely scenario to occur for Bitcoin, this being the ascending triangle that's currently forming for Bitcoin. This is a very bullish pattern, and it's a very sensible and probably the most likely scenario for Bitcoin currently. The reason why is because we have this resistance box. This box, as you can see in the past, looking at the 4 hourly, this has acted as great resistance for us. We've had resistance here, we've had resistance here, we haven't even been able to flip the resistance over here. We didn't get any support, and it's now acting as resistance again for us. As a result, I think this is probably the most likely scenario for all patterns that we've talked about, because this pattern, I think what's going to happen is the support's going to keep on rising before getting this breakout, confirmation of the breakout, then to a new all-time high. And when we are seeing these new levels being broken, I think I personally be opening trades for it. I'll be opening quite a big trade because I personally think there'll be a lot of volatility. We've just broken probably the biggest resistance we've had for Bitcoin throughout this whole bull market, and I think what will happen after we break it is definitely a huge parabolic run to the upside for Bitcoin. And I think this is not the right time to be bearish or not be bullish on Bitcoin, because yes, we are making huge gains on Ethereum, and I still have loads of Ethereum, but there are other coins that are like sleeping giants right now, and I think Bitcoin is one of them, and Bitcoin will be regaining, I think personally, a lot of strength in the next coming weeks for this breakout to occur. This box comes from the Fibonacci retracement. If I take it from the all-time high, if I'm taking it all the way down to the low of the price correction, we see that the golden ratio has been acting as great resistance, the 58,000 mark. Every time we break above it, we have not gained any support after going above. We've just been breaking down below it. So when we are breaking above it, getting a retest and it's acting as support, I think that's probably the moment of time we will be breaking above this pattern, going to new levels. And if we look at the price target of this, we can see that price target is 65,000, so a bit higher than the all-time high. And also, if I look at those Fibonacci levels again, I wouldn't be just looking at this level of the all-time high. After breaking above it, if we are getting a retest of the all-time high and it's now flipped into support, I think the more realistic scenario is the golden ratio being at the $75,000 mark for Bitcoin. And guys, it is going to be some patience. This is acting as huge resistance for us. So when we are breaking above it, then we could be seeing in like a week or two this level of 75,000, because we have gained so much momentum through this side trend, and it's just ready to burst right now. Just break above this key resistance. Now I just want to quickly talk about Ethereum. I have been talking about it in recent videos. We are, well, you can see here, we've just gone up in a straight line without retesting any major resistance zones, one being the 3,000 level or the golden ratio here. We haven't got a proper retest of it on the daily. This is the 4 hourly, by the way, and currently we are just constantly going up. We did get, though, I did say this in my last video, we did get some support at the rising wedge breakout. However, I think we are due a proper retest of one of these major fib levels. Otherwise, I'm still very bullish on Ethereum. Ethereum is still my second biggest coin in my portfolio after Bitcoin. And I do think we can be seeing these high levels. I do think by personally, I think next month we could, if we're the rate we're going, we could be seeing 5,000 by the next month. Well, I think this could potentially happen if, like I said, if we're going in this straight line. However, I do think we are destined soon, maybe after we hit 5,000, we're going to get a back test to find some support, because we have not done any retest of any of these zones. I'm still incredibly bullish on Ethereum, and I think there's a lot of good things currently happening for Ethereum, especially this EIP 1559 update, which is coming out very soon. Now, I want to quickly talk about Cardano. I have been talking about this ascending wedge that's broken out. However, we have almost hit halfway through the price target. However, I don't think this is over for it. I'm about to explain why I think Cardano is going to hit $4. And the reason why is that we're not looking at the right chart. We need to look at Cardano to Ethereum. Cardano to Ethereum, well, this has been making throughout the last couple of months, we have been making this falling wedge for Cardano compared to Ethereum. Now this is a very bullish pattern, and if it does break out, the price target is at the top of this wedge, being at the, well, just shy of 0.001 of an Ethereum, that being $4.30. And I think, especially with this ascending triangle breakout, I think there's a lot of room for Cardano to grow. If I show you coin market cap, we can see here that Cardano still has only got a market cap of 55 billion, right? And I feel like this is, I think Cardano has the potential to double that very easily, whereas something like Ethereum, well, Ethereum has already doubled, and I think it'd be very hard if you put your money into something like Ethereum to double it, because if we do double the price of Ethereum right now, that will make the Ethereum market cap almost the same as Bitcoin, which I personally can't see happening in the next month. However, in the long run, this could potentially happen. I do feel like Cardano has this potential, and I will be saying, probably to, instead of buying into Ethereum, personally, I'm not a financial advisor, please do your own research. However, this is probably a very good time to still accumulate for Cardano. I think Cardano has the potential, when it does break out of this wedge, to be going to new levels. Now guys, I want to quickly talk about Ripple. Ripple has been making this, and this is what I think is personally what I would be looking out for potential trades, as well as you can accumulate as well, because I think Ripple has a lot of potential in the immediate short run. We have been making this nice symmetrical triangle. This is very beautiful, the symmetrical triangle it's been making. If we do break to the upside, maybe if we go retest the support one last time, break above, for example, the price target is in fact, if say we're breaking out this point here, the price target is about 2.87 cents, which again, I think this is very possible for Ripple, especially if we look back at the chart. The coin market cap, the market cap is 50 billion, and I think it's easy for something like Ripple, well, a lot easier, not that easy obviously, but it'll be a lot easier for someone like Ripple to double their market cap compared to someone like Ethereum that has just doubled it in the immediate short run. Obviously, this I personally will be looking out for a trade. There's two potential areas to put in a trade. One's more riskier than the other. One trade is if we do retest this support. If you do want to put it here, I would be putting a stop loss. So I would personally be putting a stop loss about at this level, the 1.164. Obviously, if you're putting it here, probably put a lower leverage and increase your position or leverage when we are breaking above this support. And this is where, or this resistance, sorry. And this is where I would be personally looking to put another trade in. I think if you open a trade here, and you could potentially put your stop loss $1.43, or if you want to have a lower leverage, you can have the power, or you have the ability to put your stop below the symmetrical triangle. And this is where I personally will be looking out to putting a trade and riding up to here. The percentage, the gains that you'll be making from this, well, this, guys, this is in fact a 77% gains. I mean, this is with a leverage of 10 times, got a 7.7x from one trade. I will be accumulating, and I'll be looking to put in a trade here as well. Because guys, I do feel like Ripple has a lot of potential. And I'll just quickly talk about one last thing about Ripple. And yes, there is also this other pattern that's forming for Ripple. You could take this as some kind of symmetrical triangle like this, but I personally would probably taking it more like an ascending triangle, because it looks like we're getting more of a horizontal resistance than a downward sloping resistance. Now, this is also a very bullish pattern. If this does break out, we'll have a percentage gains 44% in the pair of Bitcoins, to pair Bitcoin, right? Now, I'm honestly very bullish on Ripple right now. This is obviously technical analysis. Obviously, fundamentals, that's a different story. However, the technicals are flashing very bullish, and when it comes to trading, you can love it or hate it, it doesn't matter. It's a trade and you're looking personally at the graph, and if the graph is flashing bullish, I'm going to trade it bullishly. If it's flashing bearish, I'm going to trade it bearishly. Now, there's one last thing I want to quickly talk about, and that's Litecoin. Litecoin, I think, has still got a potential area to be buying in. I still think this is still a good time, and I'll quickly put it on the screen again. I put this in my last video, well, not my last video, but 2 videos ago on Ethereum's graph, and this is Litecoin's graph as well. And it shows that we're at a certain stage with Litecoin where it's about to go parabolic. We could be going parabolic, and this is also very likely scenario for all these coins. If we look at the market cap, these coins all have very low market caps for what they are, and we are still pumping Ethereum. When Ethereum stops pumping, a lot of the Ethereum gains are going to be reinvested in a lot of these coins like Cardano, Ripple, Chainlink, Litecoin, Polkadot, Internet Computer. So a lot of these gains will be redistributed into these higher cap coins, and then into mid cap coins and small cap coins. I will be looking out at these coins because I think there's a lot of potential for these coins to go. It might look like a lot of these coins are started, but I'm telling you guys, not a lot of these coins have moved. There's still a lot of gains to be made from these coins because Ethereum is yet to give out those gains with its market cap. But other than that, I'm going to wrap it up. I think this was a bit longer video than normal, well, for our last 2 videos, but I think there are some very important things to talk about, and I've just told you a trade that I think is very good, and you can ride it with me or not. That's up to you. It's not financial advice. Obviously do your own research. If you have any suggestions on what coins you want me to talk about, or any suggestions in like how I can improve, I'd really appreciate that if you put it down in the comments. And other than that, I will see you guys in the next video.